Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Hyde. I wanted to go over the writing editing checklist with you, as this is what you should be doing every time you are writing. And I don't think it's in every single packet. It is definitely in day 4's packet. But it was on today's message that was sent out to your parents as well. So you can take a look there as well. So I first wrote my opinion, okay? So today's prompt was a food I don't like to eat. Draw a picture of a food you do not like to eat. Describe it. So mine is peas. I do not like peas. So I said, I do not like to eat peas. Peas are mushy and I do not like how they feel. I also do not like when they pop in your mouth. I do not like peas at all. So to go through my checklist, I'm going to go through one at a time. The first part says I put spaces between my words. So do I have finger spaces between all of my words? My first line looks pretty good. Here I'm starting to get a little too close. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cross it off, and I'm going to rewrite it above. Mushy. And I'm going to give myself some space, and so now I can tell that's 2 words. Mushy and, okay, so, I'm getting close again, especially with all of these words. So I'm going to cross them out. Like, how, they. Okay, so now I have spaces. Okay, I can see the difference. I'm going to see if there is any other places in my writing that I do not have finger spaces, and I don't see any. So I think I'm good there. My next thing is I check the word wall. So these are your snap words. You obviously don't have a word wall in front of you, but you should know the snap words that should be spelled correctly. Where is my list? Here we go. If you need a reminder, list A, all those words. List B, list C, all of those words should be spelled correctly. List D, all of those words should be spelled correctly, and some of list E. Okay, but I would say all the way through list D, you should have your words spelled correctly. So if you need a reminder, you can put that in front of you. So I do not like, I know like is a snap word, okay? That was from the beginning of the year. It's actually list A, like, L-I-K-E, like. L-I-K. Oops, I'm forgetting something. There we go. I do not like to eat peas. Peas are mushy. Is mushy? Mushy was hard for me to spell, but it's not a snap word, so I'm just going to leave it, okay? Because I wrote a sound or a letter for each sound I heard. And I do not like, I switched it here because I noticed that it was spelled incorrectly, how they feel. I also do not like, there's like again, what does it need? An E. When they pop in your mouth. That was also a tricky word, but it's not a snap word, so it's okay if it's not spelled correctly. I do not like, there we go, peas at all. Okay. I have all my words that I know spelled correctly. I can spell tricky words the best I can. I wrote letters for most of the sounds. Well, that is exactly what I said with mushy. So I stretched out that word. Sh. I know the 2 letters that make sh are S and H, E. And I spelt a letter for every sound. Same with mouth. Ow. Okay, so I wrote a letter for each word, or I'm sorry, for each sound I heard. Okay, so I did that one the best I could. I used ending punctuation, meaning a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point, and capital letters to start my sentences. So, I'm going to do one at a time. I'm going to do capital letters first. Well, that's the beginning of a sentence, and it is not uppercase. So I'm going to cross it out, and I'm going to rewrite it. I do not like to eat peas. Peas, okay, that's uppercase, good, are mushy, and I do not like how they feel. There's a period. That means this is the beginning of a new sentence. Also, I by itself always needs to be uppercase. I, cross it out. Then I'm going to rewrite it. Uppercase. I also do not like when they pop in your mouth. I do not like peas at all. Well, I just gave you a reminder. I by itself should always be uppercase. So even though right now that's not the beginning of a sentence, that does need to be an uppercase letter. Now it said I use ending punctuation. Ending punctuation. So let me just make sure. I do not like to eat peas. Exclamation point. Is that a full sentence? I do not like to eat peas. Yeah, that makes sense. Peas are mushy and I do not like how they feel. Okay, does that make sense? Peas are mushy and I do not like how they feel. Yes, it does. So that period is also fine. I'm going to make that period a little darker just because it's hard to kind of see that it's there. I also do not like when they pop in your mouth. I do not like peas at all. Well, I know that right here there needs to be a punctuation mark. And this is like the end of my story or my opinion, so I'm going to say I do not like peas at all. I'm going to put an exclamation point there to really drive home that point that I don't like peas. But is that one sentence? I also do not like when they pop in your mouth. I do not like peas at all. I think I can put a punctuation mark somewhere in between. I also do not like when they. That doesn't make sense. I also do not like when they pop. Okay, but then in your mouth, I do not like peas at all. That second part wouldn't make sense, so let's try it a different way. I also do not like when they pop in your mouth. I do not like peas at all. I think I found it. I also do not like when they pop in your mouth. I do not like peas at all. Amazing! So now I have put spaces between my words, checked the word wall, spelled tricky words the best I can, used ending punctuation and capital letters to start sentences, and I can read my writing and my friend can read most of my writing without my help. Well, I definitely can do that now that I fixed it, and it makes a lot more sense. Notice how nice and neat my handwriting is so that my friends can read my writing. So, this is what it looks like when you are using your editing checklist. Don't forget, when you are writing every single day, you should be using your checklist and going through it just like I did. Happy writing!